I know I am a little bit late to this, but hey, I'm sorry. I'm poor. I was working when the episode came out. I literally watched it at work, and I could not wait to get home and start recording this. Anyways, that's not important. Let's talk about it. The Boys just dropped episode 6 of season 5. And what do I think about it? Well, it was better than the last, 3 filler episodes I've been talking about. Well, I guess I didn't talk about the first one, but I did talk about the other two. But unfortunately, for as hopeful as I was that, finally The Boys is going to get back on track, we're actually going to progress the plot and we're going to get story moving. Well, let me be honest for a second. There was a story progression in this episode. Quite a bit of it, actually, more than I expected. The main issue I have is, and if you watched it and you have critical thinking, as a skill you unlocked in your brain, you probably know what I'm going to talk about. All of the characters in this episode, well, not all of them, but 80% of them just have some kind of stupid bug in their brain that makes them not act like themselves or just completely forget what they've been doing for years and how to do it. For example, number 1, I am gonna use Black Noir. Now, to be clear, this isn't like, organized retelling of the episode so that you can diegetically consume it and critique it along with me. I'm sorry if that's what you were looking for. I'm not gonna do that because I'm assuming you already watched it. I'm assuming you remember most of what happened, and I'm just gonna straight up talk about it because I frankly don't want to give this show more time than I absolutely need to. But yeah, getting back on track. Black Noir. In this episode, he tries to get back on the deep for what he did, killing that movie producer or theater guy or whatever the hell, I already forgot, in a pretty stupid way, which was the whole eel in the booty thing. Black Noir tried getting back at the deep by basically ruining this oil pipeline he was in charge of. Inherently, by doing that, he basically killed 1.2 or however many Deep said fish. One of them apparently being not Black Noir, the Deep's best friend, which, if I'm being honest, is kind of fucked up. I already wasn't the biggest fan of this Black Noir, Black Noir 2, but this low-key, I don't care if it's getting back, to get back at the Deep, which honestly I understand because the Deep is kind of a irredeemable character and I low-key kind of hate him. It still is kind of a fucked up thing to do. You are messing up, you are killing animals for practically no reason. Anyways, getting back on track, obviously this pisses off the Deep so much that he tries to kill Black Noir. So he starts choking him out with a cable or a Christmas light or something like that, which first off is stupid as hell. But then we get to the stupid part. It has been established before that this Black Noir 2, the guy under the mask, can fly. So why the hell is he just sitting down on the chair taking it like a good boy? Why isn't he flying, slamming the Deep into the roof, trying to get him off of him? What is he doing? And then the Deep takes the knife out of the back of Black Noir and stabs him in the neck with it. Stabs Black Noir in the neck. The man who took probably hundreds of bullets from a minigun and was mostly okay after. What is this? What are the writers smoking? Moving on from the stupidity of Black Noir, let's talk. I'm actually going to take a double whammy. Since they're both so short, I'm going to talk about them twice. First off is Butcher, and second is Annie, aka Starlight, or however you want to call her. I'm going to start with Starlight because it's the shortest and the stupidest. If you saw the episode, which I sure hope you did, you probably remember how Allfather... Well, first off, Allfather comes into the room and he talks to Starlight, and they talk like they have, this long-standing relationship, which definitely was not just manufactured for this season and this episode specifically, and is totally organic. And then they start gearing up for a fight, to which Starlight does her signature, her iconic charge up, to where Allfather just goes, "Ah!" And then she just falls down. And then he smiles at her, and then she gets up again, and then he goes again. Ah! And then she lost. She's done. She can't do anything. This is absolutely ridiculous. We have been constantly upgrading Starlight steadily, season through season, seeing her be a little bit more combat capable. to the point where, you know, she starts flying and you think, oh, maybe Starlight's actually a threat now. And then you just see stupid stuff like this. I don't even have to explain why this is ridiculous. I'm still gonna. I mean, you know, Starlight has the power of light. Maybe she could have just, I don't know, flashbanged him, disorient him, don't let him scream. You know, that's like his only ability. Whatever. Moving on to Butcher, though, there are two specific moments I want to talk about with Butcher. First is the fight in the retirement home, which I don't think I can show, so I'm not even going to risk it. But if you watched it, you know, you have that old man with the little, well, I guess, yeah, little, elastic, saggy old nutsack fighting Butcher. And the whole fight and the idea of it, I don't want to tear it down because it is pretty funny. I actually did find the joke pretty funny. And I did find the fight a little bit interesting. There is the slight, the very small, the very minuscule issue that Butcher can literally one-shot every single person in that room, as he did with Newman. So why isn't he? You know, you would think when he looks down at that little gargly, saggy, wrinkly nutsack, he's like, huh, that's kind of low. That looks like a tentacle. Oh, wait! And then he just kills everybody. But I guess Butcher's just stupid. And the second thing I want to talk about is, you know, right at the end of the episode when Homelander's, spoilers, Homelander gets the V1, and Butcher just goes, well, actually a little bit before that, when Soldier Boy gives Homelander the vial, why isn't Butcher doing anything? Like, yes, I get it that, you know, he probably wouldn't win, but since when has Butcher cared about that? Do you remember back in season 1 when he would literally kill himself just even if not even knowing if that would kill Homelander, probably knowing it wouldn't? Where is that Butcher? Like, the second he even saw Soldier Boy hesitating with the vial, Butcher should have been running in with the parasite or whatever. And Butcher there, Kimiko, like, again, so stupid. Butcher just completely lost his brain, probably shat it out his ass. Now I want to talk about Sister Sage. Now, to be fair, I don't have a lot to say on Sister Sage specifically. Not because they didn't make her look stupid, which they did. They did make her look extremely stupid. But more because I already talked more or less about it in my last video, and I don't want to parrot what I said in my last video. Just to summarize, yes, she is hella stupid. Her plan, her whole motivation is ridiculous. And this is something I didn't even think of when I recorded that first video. Since her whole plan is literally just going into a bunker and just reading for the rest of her life, what exactly is stopping her from doing that now? Why isn't she doing that? Why does she need supposedly all of humanity to die for that? Oh, it's something else I want to bring up. Her with her little like talk with Mother's Milk, trying to make it seem like, oh, we're the same person because we kill a bunch of people. Like, no, bitch! The fuck? MM is trying to kill Homelander because he is a fucking maniac. He is a monster who will probably kill millions. You just want to kill people for the sake of it, because you're a bossy bitch, I guess. You are not the same. Now, obviously, they're both, like, fucked up in their own ways, but her trying to even make it look like they're similar in any sort of way is absolutely ridiculous. But now I want to talk about what I think, in my opinion, is the worst. The absolutely most heinous crime this episode commits as a whole. And that is the character assassination of Soldier Boy. Or Ben, as he is also called, but nobody calls him that. Whatever, that's not the point. There is quite a few things. I mean, you know, this isn't out of nowhere. It has been building up throughout the season. You know, when he's been talking a lot more about Stormfront or Clara or however the hell you want to refer to her as, and explaining how, you know, he loved her and he cared a lot about her, which I already found weird, but I hope sillily, I guess sillily is not really a word. What the hell am I saying? I stupidly hope it wouldn't amount to anything and it wouldn't change anything in the coming episodes. But I was so stupid. They try to make it seem like Soldier Boy and Stormfront were like madly in love, and he's like the love, she's the love of his life, and he would kill himself for her. As if, you know, in season 3, the season he was introduced in, he very clearly stated in that season, Crimson Countess was the only woman he ever loved. he very explicitly said that when she died, he was crying, or at least close to it. He was in an emotional breakdown. And when he talked about Stormfront, you know what he referred to her as? A firecracker. He in that whole of season 3, he was like, "Oh my God, Crimson Countess was my fucking wife, and she betrayed me, and that nothing hurts like that." Oh yeah, Liberty, yeah, she was freaky as hell. That's all that relationship amounted to. But because, you know, now we have Vought Rising, and, you know, Stormfront's actress is probably going to play a big role, and obviously Soldier Boy's going to be the main character, we have to manufacture this stupid ass relationship so we can manufacture drama in our new show. Please come watch. Please give us more money. Franchising, consumerism, capitalism. Tangent aside, this entirely stupid mad love for Clara or Stormfront or whatever made him choose to make Homelander immortal, which, I mean, I can kind of see at like a little bit how you could get to that conclusion. But bro, like, did the writers forget that Stormfront is supposed to be a Nazi? Why are they trying to push this so hard? That is something I haven't seen anybody talk about. Stormfront is a Nazi, and yet we have a character who is gonna get his own show, who is trying to, like, I mean, I hope so. It doesn't seem like they're trying to paint Soldier Boy as in the right, but it's still so weird that they're hammering home this point so deep when we had Crimson Countess right there, and we could have just continued that story. But you know, the boys writers, what the hell can you hope from this? I don't even want to talk about the stuff with Bombsight, because all of that, I have never seen such clear or like more blatant sequel / spin-off bait. It's literally all just bait. They just want you to buy into their next product. It's all they do. God, it's so frustrating. Why can't shows have their own stories? Like, yeah, it's okay to have fan service. It's okay to, you know, indulge in a little bit of your other properties every now and then. Even Better Call Saul, in my opinion, one of the best shows of all time, did it. But you have to do it tastefully. You have to do it with your mind in the place of writing a good story. But the boys writers just seem to not be in that place. There's a lot more I could talk about, but frankly, I want to save some thoughts for when this show actually ends, because I'm planning on making a slightly longer video talking about the whole season as a whole and my opinions on the show as a whole once the show ends. But this is all I want to say about this episode so far. To not be entirely negative, I do want to make clear, I actually really liked the whole scene with Homelander and the Legend. I thought that was really well written, and it was interesting to see, again, that very small human side that Homelander has come to the upper side again, and him sparing someone, which was, honestly, I did not expect that, like, at all. And it was pretty good writing, but it's literally just a speck of a diamond in a sea of shit. I don't know how these writers are gonna try and pull off the finale. There's only 2 episodes left. My hopes are at an all-time low. Let's hope we get at least 2 or 3 funny memes from this. But yeah, have a great day. If you have anything to say, any comments, leave them down. I'll try to respond, and I love you guys.